Hey guys. Okay, so let's talk about when and how to fire a freelance client. And what it comes down to is that don't forget that this is your business and you have the right to fire or really just to end a relationship with any client that you want to. You don't have to have a big overarching reason. Now for yourself, you should have a reason. Obviously, think it through. If you are noticing that a client is making you crazy, if you and you've tried to establish boundaries and they keep breaking those boundaries, and you keep explaining to them and they keep pushing, or they're emotionally draining, or there are any number of reasons, or even sometimes we do work with a client and we've been with them for so long, we start to get bored. And don't forget that there's so many potential clients out there in the world. There's so much opportunity that you don't have to hang on to clients in case another client is never coming along, because that's not the case. And if you are getting to the point where you're like, you know what, I think it's getting to be time to let this client go, start pitching, start ramping up your pitching and sending out pitches to make sure that you have someone slotted to take that spot. But so you can fire any client that you want to. Now, I will say, if you are in the middle of a contract with a client, first of all, if you're in the middle of a project with a client, you did make an agreement to finish up that project. So if you're in the middle of a project with a client, I say very nicely, suck it up, finish it, and then just don't work with them again. If you are in the middle of like a longer term contract, like a month over month contract, more like a retainer, then you do have to give your client some notice. Give them, I would say probably 3 to 4 weeks is fair. Probably 4 weeks is the fairest if you can stand it. And just let them know that, things are changing in your work, and unfortunately you won't be able to work with them after X date. And all you have to do is say that it's just, you can either say, things are changing and you won't be able to work with them, or in a scenario where they keep pushing your boundaries, or they keep overstepping and they won't listen to you when you say, I don't accept client calls at 9:00 at night. And if they keep trying to do it, then what you say is, after this date, our last work together is going to be on this date. I think we're just not a great fit together, but I wish you the best of luck in finding a new XYZ, whatever industry it is that you're in. Don't overthink it. Don't question, should I keep this client? Should I not? I don't want to confront this client. It's so much lighter. Make it so much lighter and easier. Just say, you know what? Every time I work with this client, I get a bad feeling. This client is weighing me down. If that's the case, let them go. There's so many other clients out there in this world. You do not need that one client. So it's confrontate. No, don't. It only becomes a big deal if you make it a big deal. All you just have to say to your client, again, if it's in a longer term contract, is to say, you know what, thanks for our work together, but I think that this is becoming not a great fit for us. So our last work together is going to be on this date, and I wish you the best of luck finding. Now, not those exact words. Use a lot of them, but massage them so they sound like they're coming from you, of course. But it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be difficult. It can be so much easier. And if they turn around and they beg to get you back, then I'll change my ways. I'll change my ways. You have an option there if they want to come back. If you want them back, you probably don't, though, if you made the decision to fire them, and just say, you know what, thanks so much, I really appreciate it, but we're just going in a different direction, or I don't think this is a good fit, or however you want to say it, but just end it. It's okay. And you will be probably shocked by how much relief you feel. I mean, I understand maybe you'll be nervous to have the phone call or nervous to send the email or whatever, but once it's done and that nervousness starts to abate, you're going to feel so much relief knowing that you don't have to deal with this client ever again, knowing that you don't have to open up your email and be like, oh God, I hope they didn't email me. it's going to be so much relief, and I guarantee you're going to wonder why you didn't do it sooner. So there's no need to hang on to clients that are making you crazy. There's so much more opportunity out there that there's so much more opportunity out there than you could possibly handle in hundreds of lifetimes. So you don't need to hang on to this one client. And if this client is making you crazy, let him go.